What's up, everybody? Recently on the channel, in one of my videos, I shared a picks from Thrilljoy. That's the first one that I've actually unboxed on the channel, and I was very honest with my opinions about it. I'm just not completely into what Thrilljoy as a company has to offer right now, but I'm gonna stick with them, a little bit and see where they are just in terms of what they have to offer. I know I want to get their Corpse Bride figure that they have coming up. I will add that to my collection, but there's not a lot that's really grabbing my attention with that company right now. And that company, of course, is founded by who used to be the CEO of Funko, Brian Mariotti. So I do wish him success, but I just feel like there's some things that that company needs to work out. And right now they actually have a deal going on where you can buy 3 picks, but you get them for the price of 2, and they're random. It's like mystery, which to me is not the best sign for a young company to be doing something like that already. Definitely let me know your own thoughts about that. Is that something you're going to go for with Thrilljoy? But of course, also Mike Becker, the founder of Funko, he has his own company now called Funmaker, which is very fitting because he is known as Funmaker Mike. So there you see the Funmaker logo, which is simple, and I actually like the simplicity of that. But this is their first product, Rokimoto. So you see it says their Funmaker presents Rokimoto. This is one of the first characters from the first wave that caught my attention the most. This character is called Mina. And of course, the feel of it, in terms of the design, the layout and everything, is reminiscent of sodas. But of course, here we have a ramen packaging, which I think is clever. Because regardless of what your background is, in terms of nationality, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, whatever it is, I think everybody can identify with ramen immediately as something that you've had probably at some point in your life. Some people still eat it regularly, regardless of age. And I definitely will say that ramen did help me get through college at certain points when I was struggling some financially. I do like this here on the back as well. It says Slurp the Fun, Rokimoto. So yeah, I think it's a clever product. I like the way that they're presenting this. Very simple, especially compared to the picks from Thrilljoy. I think this is the right move. And I think that the figures separate themselves enough where, yes, they're a little bit similar to Pops, but they feel like their own thing more so than the picks do. So there are 6 characters in the first wave. I'll talk about those because I'm pretty sure there's a slip in here that's going to show the full wave. You see, I just have 3 of these right now. And there again is a close look at the packaging for Mina. Yeah, and I was sure I was going to get this one because this is just the one that stood out to me the most. And I did get this directly at a mini. So there are actually 2 somewhat in my area. I wouldn't say they're like especially close to me, but 2 that are, within reasonable enough driving distance, I guess. So I actually did get this in store. So I'm getting the plastic off of there. And then this opens up just like a ramen cup, of course. You see the tab there. Well, let me show you the top of it real quick also. Original Rokimoto, Slurp the Fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and check this out. I'm kind of wondering if people will hang on to these cups. They are nicely designed. I haven't really decided that myself whether or not I'm going to do that. So you pull it out here, of course, there's the figure in the bag. And for the chases, let me say this real quick. All of the chases are sitting down. Well, you see the common there is standing up, but the chases are actually sitting down, and they have a bowl of noodles. And it says here, find the mystery. I don't know if they're saying chase directly. They call it a mystery or a slurp prize. That's the way that they're going with it. So let's see what I got here. Yeah, and this is the common one here, which is pretty cute. Now, it would be nice if at least one of these is a chase, but I'm not going to stress that. I'll probably just be one and done with each of these here. But I just like the look of this. I think it's clever to have the penguin here with the top hat and the cane there, of course. And these figures are very light. That's what I noticed about them right away when I picked them up in store. Very light figures. And actually has the tongue sticking out the side there. And I'm looking very closely. I will say paint job could be maybe just a little bit better. But I think you only really notice that like very up close there. Yeah, so overall though, it's a very cute figure here. Little tail back there, of course. Yeah, it's very light though, but let me see. It feels like, yeah, that it'll stand no problem because it does have the wide web feet there, of course. So yeah, good to go. And there is also what looks like a ramen seasoning packet in here, but of course there's not seasoning in there. You have to kind of look kind of close, but there is, I noticed a little cut there where it can be opened up easily. And let's check out what's inside here. Oh, so this is the slip Yeah, they got the slip here that has all the characters on it. Slurp the Fun there. And you actually see them with their mystery variants or surprise variants, whatever you want to call them. So there is Mina there. Oh, and it actually does say Chase on the inside, so I guess they're just using all these different terms. But yeah, there's a Chase on the inside. Mina sitting down with the bowl of ramen, which is cute. But like I said, I'm not going to try again for the Chase. Now, I just have these 3 characters. These are the ones that stood out to me. Actually, it's 2 characters because there's Mina, and then I have the 2 variants of Leo. I'm not so concerned about Babu. That's the female character there in the tiger outfit. I'm not really worried about that one. There is a lion coming on eventually that I do want to get because my zodiac sign is Leo. I really do like collecting Leo related things, lion related things. They have here Kit, the sailor, which is actually an axolotl. That one I'm not worried about that one either. But as far as Babu here and her kimono, I might end up going for that one. I didn't get it initially, but I do kind of like the look of it, especially since I've seen other people open that one up. So yeah, I may go back for that particular one. But yeah, they got the little checklist here, which I think is cool. And yeah, only 6 in the wave. And then it comes with a patch here. So you see here the Rokimoto patch, and it actually does have Mina on it. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with these patches. I'll maybe figure out some way to display them, but I think that's nice that it's something a little bit different from what we've seen with Funko, to have the patch like that. Let's move on to the next one here. So again, this character is called Leo, which of course I like that name since I am a Leo in terms of my zodiac sign. Yeah, I like the space outfit going here, and the artwork is pretty nice. I still don't know if I'm going to actually hang on to these cups myself or not. It kind of feels like unnecessary to do, but let me know if you're picking up any of these. Or are you going to actually hang on to the cups yourself? Let's go ahead and get the plastic off. And by the way, Rokimoto, they have already revealed their second wave and their third wave. Each wave seems like it's going to be, small number. And it's understandable. They're just starting off with a small number of characters, but they are doing some licensing. So they're going to have some Snoopy ones on the way, which the Snoopy ones, I might be tempted to go for that. And also they're going to have Godzilla, which they haven't actually shown what the Godzilla figure is going to look like yet, but I would definitely love to get a Godzilla, especially him eating the ramen. I've seen a statue like that from Unruly Industries, I think it is, which those look pretty cool, but they're kind of pricey, so it'll be very cool to see Godzilla from Rokimoto. Like I said, I'll be interested in that. Okay, there's the top. Same artwork there of his face, of course. Let's go ahead and see what we got this time. Feels like it's going to be another common, yeah, standing up, which is fine because I really do actually like the look of this one standing up. Now, they don't have, oh, let me see. Actually, the head can turn a little bit, but it doesn't really feel like it's meant to do that. But yeah, as far as articulation is concerned, that's the only little movement they have there. Let's see if this one actually turns a little bit easier. No, the necks are very stiff, so it doesn't really feel like it's meant to turn, but it can just a little bit. Yeah, so I do like the look of it, with the little blush on the cheek there. That's nice, little detail. Looks like a little blotch of paint got away there, but that's not a big deal. I have no idea what that actually says there or what that's meant to be there on his belt. But cool figure there. And, oh, I forgot to take out the pack. Let's go and get this out. Of course, one thing about getting multiples of these, you're going to end up with a lot of, the checklist. Let's see if this one is cut. Yeah, here it is. The cut is so small on it, you can kind of overlook that pretty easily, but it is actually cut to open up. I just want to get the patch out. So this patch is actually the just the Rokimoto logo there, which I think is actually meant to be this character Leo, but it's him with that like sort of sailor type hat on, so it doesn't have the astronaut helmet. So that's interesting. I wonder if that's like randomized as far as what patch you'll end up with. I'm really not sure how that works with this company. So the last one here, again, this is the same character, Leo, but this time he's dressed like an Inuit, and you see he's actually holding a fish there. I like the little seal there holding up the bowl of ramen. And again, Slurp the Fun. So let's go ahead and get into this one. No chase yet. If I don't get a chase, I'm not going to stress that. Like I said, I'm not going to try again for these particular ones. Not really going to stress that. I just want to have these particular figures. And yeah, let me know if you picked up any of these. I've seen some people that are going for the full first wave And there are some online retailers that are selling these, and some actually do have bundle deals where you can get all the figures together. I'm not going that deep with it. I just wanted to get at least these 3. And I can tell you already, this one seems like it's going to be the common, because it's pretty quick. Like as soon as you pull out the figure, you can kind of get a feel that it's standing up. So that's an easy way to tell once you take it out. And there's a better look actually at the bag with the characters on it. But yeah, it's quick to tell that the figure is actually standing up. So I got all commons here, which is fine. And again, these are very light. They are very light. So anybody going in stores shaking them around, I don't know if you can really tell whether or not you're getting a chase. You can let me know what your experience with that if you have seen these in stores. And again, the head, like, it feels like it can move, but I'm not going to really worry about that. But I guess they all have they're all like licking their lips like that. The face is the same with this other one here. I actually like the look of both of these. I might like the sort of astronaut one a little bit more. But this one here, like I said, style like an Inuit. This is pretty cool as well. And there's the fish he's holding, of course. They also have like these the gloves here and the boots. I noticed those are very glossy. I guess some of them have like some little glossy detailing with them. The hair there as well. Yeah, so that's cool. And let's check out this last patch. I'm really interested to see what else Mike Becker is going to do with this company, because Rokimoto is the first product, but that to me would imply that maybe there are going to be some other things eventually. So very interested to see what else they decide to do. And there is the patch, and this one actually does have this character on it. I'm saying this character, but I wonder why his hair is brown there. Again, maybe they just do some variants with the patches. I'm not sure what that's about. I may have to watch some other people's unboxings again and kind of check that out, see if the patches are kind of randomized some. But yeah, so these are the 3 figures I have for now. Like I said, I might get Babu there in her kimono, and I do like that they have these 2 characters, a male character, a female character from the jump, and it seems like we're going to see these characters repeatedly. In fact, I think they're doing like a voting right now about some potential upcoming figures. I'm not sure where to vote at. I don't know if that's directly on like Mike Becker's social media, or where that's at, or on the website. I have to check and see. But yeah, there are definitely some more figures on the way. Like I said, some licensed figures on the way, which is a smart move, obviously. But yeah, at this point, I really want to hear your thoughts about these. I'm happy with these 3 for now. Might get that one more. I'm not going to worry about the other 2 in the wave. And then as more become available, wave by wave, I'll just see which ones I want. And very interested, like I said, to see what else this company has on the way. Of course, if you don't have a Miniso store in your area, you can check online, go with the retailer that you trust in order to order these if you really want them. Right now, I think they run for $15 each. I'm not sure why. When I bought mine, it seems like there was a discount that went through. I don't know if that was like an employee discount or something, but it didn't come up to like 15 each plus tax. It was a little bit less than that for some reason, but that's fine with me, But yeah, definitely look forward to hearing your thoughts on these. Thank you all so much for taking the time to check this out, and I will talk to you all again real soon.